So we are standing at the intersection of 21 Mile and Garfield in Macomb Township. And for those of you that regularly travel this area, you're well aware that for the last several months we've had a lot of traffic restrictions. It hasn't been closed, but we've had travel restrictions while we completed a project that is a great project. It was a necessary project. It's about our underground, critical underground infrastructure, our sewer interceptor that runs right down the middle of Garfield. Whoever designed it so it ran right down the center of the street, actually. So it was very difficult to work to get to fix it. And the reason we had to fix it is because we're inspecting everything. We are inspecting everything that we own that's under the jurisdiction of the Macomb County Public Works Department. And what our inspection showed would keep you up at night. If you saw it, it certainly kept me up at night to see that the sewer interceptor right at the intersection here of 21 and Garfield had so seriously degraded the concrete pipe, right? The interceptor is a huge concrete pipe. And the thing had degraded so badly that we were in danger, maybe not this year, but certainly soon, of having a sinkhole or some sort of a collapse here. So it had to be fixed. Now, normally how we fix these things is we have to dig a big hole, you know, what we call a shaft. We dig a huge hole so that our contractors can get down to the interceptor, and then we line it with something called hobos, right? We put in a new type of liner to line the pipe, and that's a great fix. But if we were to have built this big shaft, we would have had a project that would have lasted probably a couple of years, certainly a year or more, and it would have been more expensive. And so what we did is we did a little bit of value engineering, and we ended up with a type of product that we used here. It's the first time it's ever been used in a product in the state of Michigan. But hey, we're out there. We're always on the leading edge at the Macomb County Public Works. So we use something called spiral wound. It's hard for me to say it. Spiral wound. And what it is, it's 3-inch PVC, and it looks like a huge slinky to me. And you keep taking it off the roll and down a manhole, an existing manhole, and then there's a type of equipment that is used that pushes it up against the side of the pipe where it locks in place, and then we grout it. And we didn't have to build a shaft here, which we ended up, you know, with a 3 or 4 month project. Again, there was a lot of inconvenience to people, but seriously, that as opposed to a couple of years, no brainer, right? For us, that's the way we want it to go. And it's got about a 50-year guaranteed life expectancy. So it's an excellent product at a great price, and we're happy with how it came out. And now the intersection is open, okay? So 21 in Garfield is now open, and that's really why we want to report to you today. And I'm joined today with Steve Wagner, who's one of our engineers who's worked on this project as well. And why don't you explain a little bit more about why we really needed to do it and how great this product is?
Yeah, so timing was a big component of this. During the inspections, there was definitely the need for urgent repair. Like Candace said, our design process and construction process for slip lining, which is a pipe in a pipe, you might have seen some of our other construction sites that you see the big pipes sitting on the side of the road. That's a great solution, but the cost is time and the shaft, which for this location in particular, the damage was relatively localized. At the intersection over here is where all of Macomb Township's flow comes in, and it's one of our highest flow meters in Macomb County. All that flow kicks up the H2S and was attacking the big interceptor, the 7-footer, pretty localized in a smaller section. So to drill that shaft, to dig that shaft, and then only line 755 feet, we weren't seeing the value. So hence bringing the new product in, the SBR product that comes on a spool, and like you said, it goes in through an existing manhole, no shaft. The product goes in and then gets re-spooled essentially inside the pipe. It really turned out great. one more thing to add, it's a PVC base product, but there's steel reinforcement in it, and then it gets a cementitious grouting in between the new pipe, the new surface, and the existing hose pipe. So it's fully structural solution. Like I said, we're very happy with it so far, and 50 years we'll meet back here and
you might be here in 50 years. I
don't know about that.
But the other part of the update that we wanted to talk to you about, so now you're driving by 21 in Garfield and you still see fencing on a construction site on what would be the southeast corner, which is a piece of land that we actually own, the Public Works. And so we sort of have our videographer. We laugh at our videographer. We try to do these things on the cheap, so this is just Norb's iPhone, but this is how we do our videos here. We're trying to update to you. But what you're looking at here is where we are going to build a small building for something that will principally be underground, which is for odor control and corrosion. Now, for decades, I guess, this, long before I got into this job, but this area here has complained about sewer odors once in a while. So there is an odor problem. What is the odor, though? You know, when you walk by a manhole grate sometimes, you might be downtown or somewhere and you smell a whiff of sewer gas, right? What you're actually smelling is hydrogen sulfate, H2S, we call it, H2S. So that is what sewer gas really is. And sewer gas is highly acidic to concrete pipes, which is what happened here. H2S ate away the concrete pipe, our interceptor, and that's why we had to do the project here at 21 in Garfield. But now, how can we, eliminate, hopefully, any sewer odors in the neighborhood forever? And as well as that, how can we have a much longer life expectancy for our underground infrastructure? We can do that. We suck out the sewer gas. We're going to run it through a carbon filter. No one will know. I mean, you're not going to smell anything from this process, but it's going to help our pipe, and it's also going to help the neighborhood for sewer odors. So you might talk a little bit about that, Steve.
Yeah, so luckily the timing worked out to where we could utilize some of the traffic control that was already set up out here. A pipe was drilled underneath Garfield Road, and then the top of the interceptor was tapped. That's where we're going to be drawing the bad air out through a fan and then through a carbon media, and then rejecting it back to the atmosphere as treated air.
So that's really going to make a big difference in this, certainly in the area for everybody who's around here. And as well, it really greatly enhances the life expectancy of the underground infrastructure for the next generation, right, for future generations. So, and that's the business that we're in. But we wanted to give you an update. And one of the things I really want to say is we are so appreciative of all the patience of the businesses in the area here and all of the residents that, transit through this area on a regular basis. I know it was a bit of inconvenience. We did leave the road open, but some of the lanes were closed and we had to change them around. Safety first, right? We had no safety incidents on this job. I mean, our guys were working literally right in the curb lane, sort of, right? So, and cars go by here very fast, and we couldn't have any safety issues with our great men that are working on this project, the contractors that we have. So we had a great safety record, and that's very important to me, and I know it is to you as well. Anyway, just wanted to give you an update. 21 in Garfield is wide open right now, so thanks so much for your patience.